then if I do blister, then I'll use like KT tape or something on my toes or on the exposed part of my skin. Um, that's a little bit irritated, and then yeah, it's mostly about prevention rather than dealing with it. So as far as chafing, I use like squirrel's nut butter, which is kind of a lubricant. So I'll put that kind of under my arms, places where there could be hot spots, like kind of in your nether region, like making sure that you're really being mindful. And then a lot of times it's just, yeah, stopping. So stopping and addressing stuff before it becomes an issue, because you're not just doing one race where, okay, if you get a blister the next day, you're just kind of hobbling around with a blister, but you have to kind of repeat and be at the top of your game day after day after day. And to do that, sometimes it means slowing down one day to be able to execute the next day and to be able to push yourself where you want to go. So if that means I have to take 5 seconds to, pull a pebble out of my shoe, rather than let that become an abrasion that causes discomfort. I'd rather spend those 2 seconds or half minute or whatever early on than have to deal with the consequences of not addressing it.
Did you run with a medium or heavier grade in Gingies when you were doing your cold climate runs?
I did, yeah. So they have
They have like
a line.
a heavier wall.
Yeah, they have a liner, and then they have a wool kind of hiking boot that'll go over it. So I'd use something like that, or even just the thicker trail model rather than one of the thinner liners. But then I would rotate that. So like the next day, I might go like a thinner, kind of more uh, straight up cotton rather than the wool or the merino. Yeah, it's just being kind of knowledgeable about where you are and what you're asking your equipment to do.